Hi everyone and welcome back to another video and a special welcome to Jax, who is a first-time visitor here in the studio and also here on the channel.
I'm Jax and I moved to Taiwan 7 years ago to practice Chinese, and I was only supposed to stay here for 1 year, but then I kind of...
Like the typical foreign mistake.
Yeah. My sister told me, she was like, don't you dare stay longer. And it's been almost 7 years, so she was right. She knows me very well. Been teaching and studying Chinese.
From the UK?
Yeah.
What brought you to Taiwan specifically? There are other places where you can study Chinese.
Well, I studied Chinese in Belgium actually, and at the time, in my third year, I went to Hong Kong. After your third year, everyone goes to China. And because I went to Hong Kong and spent all my money, I was like, maybe I'll do my master's degree first, I'll stay in Belgium. And then I had a friend, she's half Taiwanese, half Belgian, and she said, well, she's gonna go to Taiwan for a year, teach English and just work in a restaurant or something, and if I wanted to join her. So I called my mum and I was like, I wanna go to Taiwan for a year, and that's how I ended up in Taiwan. Yeah, she convinced me. Well, actually, when I studied in Hong Kong, I came to Taiwan for a weekend. But I went to Kaohsiung and then I went to Kenting because I wanted to surf. And
oh, you're a surfer?
No, that was the first time. That was the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the first time I went and I loved it. Yeah.
That's when you realized that Taiwan is much better than Hong Kong then?
Yes. Didn't really know what I wanted to do or be when I grew up, but I always was good at languages. I speak English and Dutch, and then I studied Spanish for a while, and German for a while, and French for a while, and then...
That's like an entire Europe right there.
Yeah.
And then you go decide to no, you know what? I can speak fluently in any European country. Let me go to Taiwan.
Yeah, let me do something else.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do a language. Yeah, so I chose Chinese. Yeah, that's kind of how I ended up here. And I think me learning so many different languages, kind of I understand how to teach a language, I would say. I really enjoy it, especially little kids, because I'm quite active and a bit crazy maybe, and kids love it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I love it too.
You came from the UK and then you grew up in Belgium.
Yeah, England 5 years and then 18 years, I guess. Wait.
Oh, okay. So
18,
basically a majority of your life you've lived in Belgium.
Yeah.
I've learned that there's huge differences between Taiwan and any European country. But what has been the main differences?
The first thing, I don't know why, but the first thing I think about is just I feel really safe in Taiwan. And I don't always feel safe when I go back home. And I think I got so used to even living in Taiwan that I kind of let my guard down when I go back, and I leave my bag open and my stuff gets stolen. And you know,
for real? Actually stolen?
Yeah, actually. And people will also come up to me and be like, lady, your bag's open. And I'm so used to it. I'm just like, it's fine. No one's gonna steal my stuff.
I always try to warn people, they tell me these stories, and just a few weeks ago we talked about basically if you go into a food court in Taiwan, the way to reserve a spot is just to take your phone, put it on a table, then go and order your food.
I know.
And it's that just doesn't work back home.
Dad, you just don't do that now.
Yeah. You said you're a teacher, but that was not how I found you, how I discovered you here, because I do spend some time on social media myself. And maybe you should just explain what you're actually doing, because I don't know how to explain it.
Go to convenience stores, mostly 7-Eleven, because it's my favorite, and I mix drinks.
It's not the obvious, I want to create content or take photos on Instagram thing. So how did that start?
Posting a bunch of random videos to see what I like doing, what other people like watching. And there was this one girl, and she went to a convenience store in Korea, and she got one of those, Bing Kuai Bei, and she, put drinks in it, and she, just coffee, I think it was. And I was like, I just love the ASMR sounds and all that. I was like, I'm gonna do one of those. And that's how I started with taking the smoothies and putting alcohol in the smoothie. And yeah, I would just buy the big, huge packets of ice cubes and start mixing drinks like that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks so much fun. I watched these videos and I was like, oh, I want to try that too. Looks so much fun, just mixing things. So, feeling inspired by Jax, I decided to mix my own favorite drink here at home. Well, it turns out that we actually don't need anything of this, since we do have the sponsor of today's video, Celinda. Not only does this minimalistic water tap automatically adds bubbles to your water, which means that you no longer need these huge and inconvenient machines, or just go out to the supermarket to buy your own sparkling water every single time. It also comes with a cooling function right here, hidden away under the sink, right next to the 490 liter super huge bottle of gas, which also means that you no longer have to worry about the ice in your drink, ending up spending more time preparing your drink than to actually enjoy it. And thanks to the capacity of this huge gas bottle, which normally is hidden away under the sink here, I can get around 1,000 cups before I have to ask Celinda to come here and to replace this gas bottle for me. And that also means that I save around 1,000 plastic bottles just like this if I would continue to go to the supermarket or the convenience stores to buy my own sparkling water every single day. And in addition to replacing the gas bottle when you're out, Celinda will of course also come home to you and help you install all of this as well. So the only thing you need to do is to check the link down in the description, go and check out more information on Celinda's website and order your own sparkling water machine today. But with that said, if you want to add even more flavor to your sparkling water, for example some delicious Taiwanese fruits, then I highly recommend to follow Jax on Instagram, where she regularly will share her absolute favorite recipes from here in Taiwan. I have to ask you then, what is the best drink combination that you can get at 7-Eleven or any other convenience stores?
Too hard. It's too hard. I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, I personally like Yakult. So anything with Yakult in it, I love. And I also like to have something to chew on. So like maybe if you could add like anything like the IU or something, like anything you, I don't know, I can't choose. I also really like those, one of my first videos was with like the lemon ice cubes because it's sour. Because most of the drinks that I find in 7-Eleven are quite sweet. So when you mix them together, obviously it's going to be a sweet drink. But yeah, the sour ice cubes, a drink with that, very good.
Outside of the convenience stores, you said that you like chewy stuff, so I can kind of imagine what your favorite overall Taiwanese drink might be.
I have it every day. 珍珠奶茶.
珍珠奶茶. Are you as a big fan of Taiwanese food as the 珍珠奶茶?
I am, yeah. I started drinking 珍珠奶茶. I think in Hong Kong I started drinking it actually. Before that we did have a shop in Antwerp. Growing up we used to always go to restaurants a lot and we would have like Chinese food. It's very different though, but it's still like, I remember there was one traditional, like I would look back now and say, okay, that's quite like close to Taiwanese cuisine, the one we used to go to. So I think, yeah, I just grew up eating lots of different types of food and yeah.
So you grew up eating Taiwanese food, but you didn't realize it then?
That's true.
Oh wow, so it is like destiny that you will be here.
It was destiny. It was destiny. I was meant to be here. The only thing I don't like is the pork blood cake or what's that?
Pig blood cake.
Pig. Yeah, pig. Yeah,
that is pig. I'm surprisingly okay with that because it just tastes like peanuts. Because they like to dip it around.
No, that's the only thing I don't like.
How are you with like stinky tofu and stuff?
Whenever I smell stinky tofu, I think it smells great. I think it smells
great.
I know. Especially the fried one. I think I'm like, I want it. Like, I know. I don't know. Okay, I think it smells good. It smells good. But then when I eat it, I like it. But I just think it smells better than it tastes. I know it's weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird. I don't think I've ever heard anyone, not even Taiwanese people, saying that it smells better than it tastes.
It does.
Oh. How about breakfast? Coming from like a full English breakfast and Belgian waffles, how are we with my go-to is like bacon dumpling.
I like dumpling as well. 葱抓饼, dumpling. I actually had dumpling this morning and my roommate was having, what was she having? 萝卜糕 with like an egg on it. It looks so good, but I just always take the same. But I love all of it because if I see it, I just know, I mean, it looks good. I'm sure it'll taste good. And I've tried quite a lot, but I'm just like, yeah, I just love dumpling and 葱抓饼every morning. I need it every morning.
How does it feel to live in Taiwan compared to like living back home?
I would just say it's more fun. It's more fun to live in Taiwan. I think when I do go back, a lot of things is just like a hassle. It's a hassle to get a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment. And sometimes it's even a hassle to like see your friends because they have this whole schedule where they have already made plans for the next 7 weeks. And in Taiwan, it's just like, what are you doing tonight? Let's grab dinner, because nobody cooks here.
This is like one of my absolute favorite things about living in Taiwan.
Yeah.
I really haven't understood if it's like a Sweden versus Taiwan thing, or if it's just like a forest versus city thing. But you have the same experience in Belgium.
I would say it's like a Sweden compared to Taiwan thing.
For the longest time, I would just be like spending like my afternoons just like walking through entire Taipei. And like every single day you will find something on the way back home. Whereas as you say, like even in Sweden, you would just be like, oh, do you want to like hang out?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, we're like, yeah, Thursday in 2 weeks between like 3 and 4:30, okay?
Yeah. And then they'll cancel as well. And you'll be like, I've been waiting for that.
Or be late 15 minutes.
Yeah. Don't know what you're talking about.
Do you feel like your life has changed here in Taiwan as well? Are you more Taiwanese now than when you first came? Or how does that, especially like if you go back home once a year, what is like the first thing you notice that, you know what, so we don't do like that in Taiwan?
I came home and I took my shoes off, and my mom was like, "Why are you taking your shoes off?" And I was like, "Why are you not taking your shoes off?"
You don't take your shoes off in Belgium?
No, we don't take our shoes off. They just walk freely. It's dirty.
Really?
No,
like inside your home?
Inside, you just wear your shoes. It's very normal. Yeah, it's weird if you take them off.
I thought this was only like an American thing.
No.
I was like proud European.
No,
like we take off our shoes.
We wear our shoes in the house. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I don't anymore.
Do you have like lambai-toes or like slippers back home in Belgium now as well then?
No, I just walk around in my socks. Yeah,
okay.
That's what I do.
I see. What is something that you wish you would have known before coming here to Taiwan?
It rains a lot in Taipei. Bring an umbrella.
But you're
always bring an umbrella.
You're from the UK. There must be like
I
you spent like your first 5 years in like rain.
I don't remember that.
Okay, fair enough.
Nothing really like shocked me. I just loved it first time I came here, and I still love it. And I'm not like disappointed that I didn't know anything or knew too much or too little.
What would you say is the biggest difference then in your like day-to-day life?
Well, I was still studying my last year in Belgium, so looked
so
like
money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure what my life would have looked like in Belgium now, but I'm guessing it would have looked like a normal 9-to-5 job and hanging out with friends on Saturday and cleaning my apartment on Sunday. And it's not so bad, but it's just like that's what I would imagine it being like, seeing my family a lot more. Unfortunately, that's something that I do miss out on, and watching my nephews grow up. But yeah, I would say you ask very hard questions.
I try to ask interesting questions.
Yeah, they are very interesting, but it's hard.
I've also discovered that you have now finally understood that YouTube is the place to be.
YouTube is the place to be. I'm doing my best.
You're, I would say, very early in your YouTube career.
Very early.
But hopefully that will take even more and more time, and hopefully also overthrow Instagram in a few weeks or month maybe. What will we be able to see if we follow you on YouTube?
You have to go follow me and then you'll know. I'm not going to tell you. Go take a look.
Okay, I can tell you're ready for the YouTube crowd with the clickbaits and the cliffhangers here. So how about your personal life? And you said like you have no real plans on leaving Taiwan anytime soon. Do you have any plans here in Taiwan? Like what is something that you want to do that you haven't really had time with your first 7 years here in Taiwan?
When I am in a new place, you get used to it. You live there and you kind of see it as your home, and you're not really traveling as much because you're just home. Like when I'm in Belgium, I don't do stuff. I just, sit at home. But Belgium can be really beautiful. I just don't know. And I think it's kind of what I did with Taiwan for a long time. I've been to a lot of places, I would say, but considering I've been here for 7 years, there's still so many places I haven't been to, and like all the like Penghu and the islands and stuff I haven't been to. So I really want to do some more traveling. I want to see more of Taiwan. Like if I do move away from Taiwan, I want to be like, I know Taiwan. I know it.
Now when you mention that, I just realized that I started my YouTube channel when I had been in Taiwan for 7 years. And that was like, I was like determined, I'm going to leave Taiwan. Yeah. But my mindset was that I thought I had already seen everything. I also had no idea that Taiwan had islands.
Wait, it took you 7 years to realize?
It took me 7 years. So
that's embarrassing.
What would be like your go-to destination?
Salmon Lake.
Okay,
Salmon Lake. I've been there many times. Lake. I love it. Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about it.
Okay, I like it too. I've been there once. I also kind of feel like
just once.
That's enough.
What are you doing?
No, because like so the reason for why I would go to Salmon Lake is because it just reminds me of Sweden, basically.
Okay.
It's a lake in the middle of the forest, but that's how I grew up. So I'll be like, if I want that, I would just go back home,
I don't know. I love Salmon Lake. But what would your favorite place be then?
Oh, that's a good question.
I love good questions.
The thing is, before, I have always said like Kenting, but now it's like Xiaoliuqiu.
Oh, okay.
If I just need to like disappear for like a weekend or so, because now it's like as great as well, like as a YouTuber too. Like I can just like I spend like 2-3 days to just like record videos, and then I can just like literally take a week. No one will know that I'm gone. Like I went to Thailand for like 2 weeks. No one knows that I was like gone. So it's very nice. And then Xiaoliuqiu will be my go-to place, and it's very convenient to get there. I'm more of a convenient traveler than like adventure and stuff. I always feel like even when I first came to Taiwan, like when I was like 21 years old, I always felt like I was too old to travel. I was just like, I just want to be at home and just like enjoy the convenience of Taiwan, you know.
Yeah.
When you go there, please do remember to record a YouTube video as well, so we can all follow your adventures.
Okay, I will.
And please do help me hold her responsible for this. So please go over, subscribe to her YouTube channel, and make sure that she goes and visit Xiaoliao.
I will.
And of course, if you haven't subscribed to me already, please also do so. And please also help me share this video so we can all get some more drinking tips from the best bar in Taiwan, which turns out to be our convenience stores. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. It starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.